The world we inhabit feels ordinary, almost mundane, as if this is the way life has always been. Yet nothing could be further from the truth. Humanity has never lived in a time as advanced and tailored to our needs as the one we experience today. The comforts of food, shelter, and safety are so ubiquitous that they've become invisible, the baseline of existence. But this luxury of normalcy is a fleeting privilege, a rarity when viewed against the vast stretch of human history. For 99.99% of our time on Earth, life was a vastly different, grueling struggle for survival. Our story begins 6 million years ago with a divergence from our ape relatives, marking the emergence of the hominini tribe. Fast forward to 2.8 million years ago, and the first humans, the genus Homo, appeared. Today, we think of ourselves as the singular example of humanity, but that wasn't always the case. When Homo sapiens arose 200,000 years ago, the Earth was home to at least 6 other human species. Imagine a world where encountering another human could feel as alien as meeting a creature from another planet. Some of these species thrived for an astonishing span of time. Consider Homo erectus, which survived for 2 million years, 10 times longer than we've existed. By comparison, we are infants, just stepping onto the stage of history. And yet, these other human species vanished. Their disappearance remains shrouded in mystery. Did we outcompete them for resources? Were there violent clashes, small acts of eradication that cumulatively ended their lineages? We may never know. What we do know is that traces of them linger in our DNA. The Neanderthals and Denisovans live on in tiny fragments within us, a faint echo of a world long gone. Turning back to the dawn of our own journey, early humans were tool users, as far back as 2.8 million years ago. But for nearly 2 million years, progress was painfully slow, almost imperceptible. It wasn't until humans mastered fire that the trajectory of our species began to change dramatically. Fire wasn't just warmth and light, it was a revolution. Cooking food unlocked more nutrients, fueling the growth of our brains. It extended the day, allowing us to work, think, and plan into the night. It even transformed hunting, as scorched landscapes yielded pre-cooked meals of small animals and edible plants. By 300,000 years ago, humans, though still primitive by today's standards, had developed a framework of culture. They lived in small hunter-gatherer groups, wielded basic tools, and even buried their dead, hinting at early forms of ritual and belief. Crucially, they communicated. Though their proto-language was likely rudimentary, it allowed them to share ideas and plan in ways that no other species could. If we could pluck a baby from these ancient societies and raise it today, how far back could we go before the child would seem different? Most scientists agree that humans from 70,000 years ago would be indistinguishable from us if raised in the modern world. Earlier than that, critical mutations for language and abstract thought would likely be absent. Around 50,000 years ago, humanity experienced a turning point, a burst of innovation and creativity. Tools became more complex and culture flourished. What set humans apart wasn't physical strength or sharp senses. It was our ability to cooperate flexibly in large groups. Unlike rigid hive societies or intimate wolf packs, humans could form vast, adaptable networks. This unique trait allowed us to expand knowledge rapidly, preserve it across generations, and build upon it. For tens of thousands of years, however, progress was incremental. Humans remained skilled survivalists, attuned to their environments in ways we can hardly fathom today. Their brains were finely tuned to memorize landscapes, identify plants and animals, and create intricate tools through years of practice. Despite their smaller numbers and simpler lives, These early humans were, in many ways, superior to us as individuals. Where we rely on machines and systems, they relied on themselves, and their daily lives demanded physical and mental mastery. Then, approximately 12,000 years ago, everything changed. Agriculture was born, and with it, the seeds of civilization. This new way of life shifted the very foundation of human existence. Suddenly, survival didn't demand excellence in every skill from every individual. Specialization emerged. Some people could focus on perfecting tools, others on improving crops or livestock. This division of labor accelerated innovation. Reliable food supplies allowed humans to settle in one place, hoarding surplus grains and building permanent communities. Villages grew into cities, cities into kingdoms, and kingdoms into empires. Society became more organized, more interconnected, and, crucially, more efficient. Knowledge flowed across these growing networks, sparking an explosion of progress. By 500 years ago, the scientific revolution had transformed humanity's understanding of the world. Mathematics, physics, astronomy, and biology all advanced, laying the groundwork for modern science. This intellectual awakening was swiftly followed by the Industrial Revolution, which reshaped human life yet again. Machines replaced muscle, enabling humans to produce more, travel faster, and connect across vast distances. As our tools evolved, so did our ability to share knowledge. The invention of computers and the rise of the internet made the spread of ideas almost instantaneous. In just a few generations, humanity's collective knowledge and capabilities have grown exponentially. Today, a high school student knows more about the universe than the greatest scholars of centuries past. The transformation of our world is staggering. From altering the planet's landscapes to creating artificial stars that light up the night, we've become a species of builders, dreamers, and explorers. Yet, despite all our achievements, we remain deeply connected to the humans who lived tens of thousands of years ago. Our modern existence is a mere blink in the vast timeline of our species. The tools we've built, the systems we've created, they're the skyscrapers of our time. But are they standing on solid ground, or are we building on unstable foundations? The answer is uncertain. What is certain, however, is the fragility of this extraordinary world we've crafted. We've built a world that feels indestructible, but it's worth remembering how fragile this reality truly is. The comforts we take for granted, electricity at the flick of a switch, food stocked on endless shelves, water that flows cleanly from our taps, are all the result of intricate systems that didn't exist for the vast majority of human history. Strip them away, and what remains is the raw, unpolished version of humanity. A species that lived hand-to-mouth for hundreds of thousands of years, battling the elements, predators, and scarcity at every turn. It's easy to overlook just how recent our current way of life is. The conveniences we enjoy today have existed for less than a fraction of a percent of human history. For thousands of generations, survival hinged on the collective memory of small tribes. Knowledge wasn't written down or stored in vast databases. It lived in the minds of elders, passed from one voice to another, vulnerable to loss at every step. Without written language or tools of preservation, a single catastrophic event could erase centuries of progress. And yet, our ancestors endured, adapting to the harshest environments Earth could throw at them. The advent of agriculture marked the beginning of a new era, one where humanity began to bend nature to its will. Fields of wheat and rice replaced the uncertain bounty of the wild. Domesticated animals became reliable sources of meat, milk, and labor. For the first time, humans could plan their future with a sense of stability. But this stability came at a cost. While farming allowed populations to grow, it also introduced new vulnerabilities. Dependence on crops meant that a single failed harvest could spell disaster for an entire community. Diseases spread more easily in densely packed settlements, and the rise of wealth inequality sowed the seeds of conflict and competition. Still, the benefits of this new way of life outweighed the drawbacks. Agriculture made it possible for humans to settle in one place, to build permanent structures and form complex societies. These societies became the breeding ground for innovation. Writing systems emerged, enabling humans to store and share information across time and space. Trade networks expanded, connecting distant cultures and fostering the exchange of ideas. Each step forward built on the one before it, creating a cascading effect that propelled humanity toward an ever brighter future. Fast forward to the modern era, and the scale of our progress is almost incomprehensible. In just a few centuries, we've gone from candlelight to electric grids, from horse-drawn carts to self-driving cars, from hand-stitched garments to global supply chains. The speed of change has been staggering, and it shows no signs of slowing down. Every new invention builds on the discoveries of countless individuals, forming a web of knowledge that stretches across the globe. This interconnectedness is both our greatest strength and our greatest vulnerability. We've created a world where no single person could survive without the contributions of millions of others. The food on your plate might come from a farm on one continent, packaged in a factory on another, and transported across oceans by a fleet of ships. This reliance on global systems has made our lives incredibly convenient, but it has also left us exposed to the smallest disruptions. A natural disaster, a supply chain breakdown, or a technological failure could ripple across the world, reminding us of just how delicate our civilization truly is. Yet, despite these risks, humanity continues to push forward. The tools and technologies we've developed have given us powers that our ancestors could scarcely imagine. We've split the atom, unlocked the secrets of DNA, and peered into the farthest reaches of the universe. Each discovery expands the boundaries of what we thought possible, opening new doors to explore and new challenges to overcome. But with great power comes great responsibility. The very tools that have elevated us to the top of the food chain also have the potential to destroy us. Climate change, nuclear weapons, and artificial intelligence are just a few of the existential threats we face today. These challenges are a reminder that progress is not a straight line. It requires careful stewardship, a willingness to learn from our mistakes, and a commitment to leaving the world better than we found it. Through it all, the essence of humanity remains unchanged. We are still the same curious, resourceful, and resilient species that first emerged in the African savannas. The same spark that drove our ancestors to tame fire and craft tools now drives us to explore other planets and unravel the mysteries of the universe. What sets us apart is our ability to dream of a better future and to work together to make it a reality. Even in our most divided moments, there is a thread that connects us all, a shared history, a shared planet, and a shared destiny. We've come so far, yet our journey is far from over. Every generation inherits the achievements and challenges of those who came before, adding its own chapter to the story of humanity. It's a story of struggle and triumph, of mistakes and redemption, of endless curiosity and boundless potential. If you want to get basic overview of anything, provide your thoughts and intentions in comment section. We will provide and serve you, and subscribe our channel to get more information in less time.